Right. So there's something that happened yesterday actually that we really want to talk about.
Oh yeah.
So at Extreme Rules, and also it's gonna be on the video, but blanket spoilers for this Friday's SmackDown.
Yeah.
At
We were a little anxious and wanted to.
Yeah, we wanted to get this out now. Basically, at Extreme Rules, Christian won the world title for the first time in his career.
It was an amazing match, by the way.
I haven't seen Extreme Rules yet. I'm going to be doing that sometime later this week.
It's worth a watch.
Catching on replay, so...
Mm-hmm.
Replay. So, I'm looking forward to watching that. And from what I hear, it was a great moment. So
it was a great moment.
Yeah.
Thus,
10 years he's been chasing this title. He's been in WWE. Over 10. He's been there since 99 or something.
Yeah, and he's always kind of been in the shadows of the WWE.
So Christian, he finally gets his world title. He gets his moment in the sun, and then the SmackDown tapings happen.
Tuesday happens.
And essentially what happened is at SmackDown tapings on Tuesday, for the SmackDown that will air on Friday, Cody Rhodes... I was like Cody. we were watching a little bit of Cody Rhodes matches before we recorded this. Christian lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Randy Orton. A grand total of 2 days after he won it.
Why? What was the point of this? This is so infuriating to me. I was so excited. I was watching the pay-per-view, and it was just such a crowning glory kind of moment. You see Edge come out, and he's crying and hugging Christian. Christian is so excited and basking in his glory. And then we get to Tuesday, and he's already lost the belt.
Yeah.
I don't understand this.
Now, first of all, I guess blame for this, to me, this falls on the booking and on Vince. I know I've been reading a lot of stuff online. There are a lot of people who are mad at Randy Orton, and I think that's unfounded.
Yeah. He probably did want the title, but I don't think he suggested anything of this sort.
And Randy Orton, I mean, it's inevitable that he was going to get the title on SmackDown.
But 2 days after Christian gets the title...
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that we could rag on Randy Orton about, both in-ring and definitely out of ring.
Yeah, politics-wise.
Politics-wise, and just his general attitude and how he carries himself. But this is one where
the blame
doesn't fall on Orton.
No. Should we explain how it got to that match that we had a Christian versus Randy?
Christian versus Randy, yeah. Well, I guess what happened
because it doesn't really make sense to me.
Is they had... it was Christian came out and they were offering they wanted to do a title match, and this is just what I've read online. I haven't actually seen, obviously, the actual matches, but they said Christian was going to defend his title tonight, and they gave an audience choice of he could either defend it against Mark Henry, the Great Khali, or Randy Orton. So who do you think's going to win that?
Who do you think's who's the crowd going to choose? This is what gets me the most upset about Christian losing this title, frankly, because we're pushing the blame away from Randy Orton and the company, which is fine. We can push it away from Randy Orton, but essentially it's blaming the crowd for Christian's loss of his title. They wanted Randy Orton to get the title, and now he gets it. Woo! So exciting!
And from what I hear is the pop Orton got when he won the title was gigantic. So it was very clear the crowd wanted Orton to win the title.
Yeah, but it's a way of keeping Orton face without him ever having to say anything to Christian because the crowd chose. So it's smart in that sense, but it's still infuriating because there's no storyline going. It's just the crowd chose it, and the crowd gets what they want. Really?
Basically, here's my whole... And this is what I'm kind of going to get into here. If you look at the world title pictures, you have... On Raw, you have Cena as the champion, and on SmackDown, you have Orton as the champion. So, essentially, when you have this past year and people were talking about how like they were kind of getting sick of just seeing the title be passed back and forth between Cena and Orton.
I know I was.
Well, now you get to see both of them with the title.
Wow. Original.
And, I mean, Orton, it was inevitable he would get it.
Mm-hmm.
And Cena, actually, this win for Cena, I actually think if there was ever a Cena win that he was due to get, it was this one.
Yeah, he was due for his title reign.
He hasn't held the title for 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at what he did this past year, he actually did a lot of good for the company.
Yeah,
I mean, he was working. He was putting over Nexus.
Yeah, which
he was putting over guys. He was putting over the Miz.
Yeah, that is a good selling point. True.
This is the Cena reign where he deserved this one.
I'm not happy about it, but it makes sense. It makes sense that he would get it. I'm not angry about it.
Yeah. Although my big thing is with the titles. To me, the title is a way to make somebody look larger than life. And you have Cena and Orton. What the title does is it immediately adds credibility to any feud where the title is involved.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have your top two guys in the company, Cena and Orton, both with the titles. To me, your top two guys shouldn't need a title to work an effective feud.
It was very obvious when Orton came to SmackDown that he was already over. He didn't really need the title for a good period of time to be over with the crowd.
And that's what really bothers me about this, is that they put both titles on their two biggest guys when really, at this moment, the titles should be put on guys they're trying to establish.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of young guys on that roster who they're trying to get over and trying to build as the stars of tomorrow. And a title run for them would do far more for them and the company going forward than Cena and Orton having the titles right now.
I would agree with that, and I don't believe that having the title necessarily makes a storyline better. I'm pretty sure that Orton could have a good storyline without having the World Heavyweight title.
Look at Orton. He's on SmackDown, and who else is on SmackDown right now?
Well, we have Rhodes, we have Wade, we have Christian, we have who else? DiBiase.
And that's kind of what I wanted to get into. If you looked at who's all on SmackDown right now, you have Orton.
Sheamus.
You have Orton. He's had feuds in the past with Sheamus, with Wade, with and then there's obviously the big legacy connection with Rhodes and DiBiase. They had storylines sitting right there for him that they could have gone after without giving him the title.
Exactly. It wasn't necessary.
So
that it's just frustrating that there's no build up to Randy getting the title. It's just kind of like, oh, Christian had it, but we don't necessarily believe he can be a good champion, so we're just gonna give it to Randy Orton because it makes the most sense. I don't know.
Because we brought Orton here to win the title at some point?
It doesn't really play out to me. And how must Christian be feeling? Really, that's what bothers me. He wins this title. He obviously knew he was gonna lose it right away. So,
and
I just don't know.
Yeah, with
that's disheartening.
I mean,
have some faith in your champions, the young champions.
I'm thinking that with Christian, obviously, I mean, he knows the business.
Yeah.
I mean, if you told him, Christian, we're going to have you win the title for just a short period of time, I'm sure he would know that just the honor of holding the title for even a short period of time and going down as a former champion, I'm sure he appreciated that, but...
Yeah. I'm sure it was enough for him, but it's just unfortunate that he has so much talent and they aren't really using it to the best of its capabilities, I guess. It's just...
Actually, there's one other thing that I kind of want to bring up with this.
Makes me sad.
When I was going on about people who, how you can build a successful feud and have a very credible wrestler without having the title on them, I'm going to throw out a couple names here.
Okay, go for it.
Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
Ted DiBiase Sr., the $1 Million Man. Jimmy Snuka. Ricky Steamboat. Razor Ramon.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Oh, there are plenty others.
Well, Christian for the longest
Yeah,
time.
Christian for the longest time.
he was successful without the title, so
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he can still do well.
Yeah. These guys are legends, and they've never held the biggest title in the company. So this whole thing about how having the title gives you all this credibility and puts you over that much, and you need it to have all these successful storylines. Obviously, it's not true.
No.
Because you have all these great. There's so many people who've been deserving of holding the title who never have.
And I think it's just kind of lazy storytelling in that sense, too. It's kind of like, here, we're going to give Randy Orton the belt, and automatically he's going to be elevated into these better storylines.
Yeah.
No, it's not, it doesn't make the storyline any better by giving him a title. Give us something interesting. Give us a good feud to worry about. I don't care if he has the belt, if there's a good storyline going on.
Yeah. Give the belt to someone who will actually build their character.
Yeah.
Give it on someone who can establish.
He can't establish himself anymore on that title.
Keep it on guys like The Miz, Sheamus. Give a run to some of your up and coming guys like Morrison, Rhodes. Give Barrett one. The fact that Barrett never won it last year.
Yeah.
If anything, I thought when the Nexus had all of Raw in the palm of their hands.
They didn't do anything.
You could have given Wade at least like a 1 or 2 month title reign there.
They could have.
But they decided they're going to keep it on Orton and then have the
I feel like the
feud going
WWE
there.
is getting very stagnant in that sense because they're kind of afraid to push their newcomers too much. The Miz obviously is an exception, but Christian, it was just kind of a waste of my time. I mean, it was great that it happened, but it let me down so much.
So I guess we'll see where they go from here. Obviously,
they can only go up, hopefully.
I'm expecting Orton and Cena to hold on to the titles for a couple months at least. I'm hoping
Christian at least gets a rematch.
I think Christian's going to get a rematch. I hope that they manage to take Christian's character somewhere from this.
Yeah, where are they going to take
I don't
him
know.
from here?
I don't know if SmackDown didn't so badly need top faces, I'd say this could be a heel turn for Christian.
I was going to say, either way.
They need top faces right now, so I don't think they can afford to turn Christian unless they turn somebody else, a heel face. And I don't know who that would be. At least you can be a main eventer. I mean, there are guys on that roster I could see them turning.
Yeah.
Justin Gabriel being one.
Yeah,
I expect him to turn face at some point.
Soon,
if anyone turns face from the core, it's going to be Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I guess we'll see where they go. I really don't expect a whole lot of shakeups in the title situation until probably SummerSlam.
Yeah, I'm wondering who Orton's going to be feuding with now. I'm guessing Rhodes.
I hope Rhodes.
I'm hoping Rhodes, but you never know what the WWE
You never
has
know.
in
Rhodes,
store.
maybe Sheamus. We'll see. We'll see where this goes.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be less infuriating.
We're agitated now, but there's still time to win us over. And
they can make it up to us.
You can make it up to us.
We're not just fair weather fans,
I guess. Well, we've been going about 13 minutes here, so we're going to get out now. So
all right.
Thanks for watching, and see you around sometime.